Thank you, Nilesh, and good afternoon, everyone. As you mentioned, Indian economy is growing on a faster pace, and very soon we will be the 5 trillion. Thank you, Nilesh, and good afternoon, everyone. Economy, lot of investment is coming in India. In spite of lot of geopolitical tensions we are seeing around the world, either it is a Russia-Ukraine war or the tariff war initiated by the USA or by the Red Sea issue, and recently the automotive people can understand the Nexperia issue actually, where the shortage of the electronic components are there. In spite of all these challenges, still India is a place for the investment. The multinational companies are coming to India, doing the investments, and they are putting the money in terms of either the manufacturing establishment or any other part. Continuously, the global manufacturing companies have the faith in India, and they know that exactly India is a place where they should invest the money. From that perspective, India is receiving the investment heavily. Numbers you have already mentioned, Nilesh. Why exactly it is happening actually? So what is the reason behind it? So first of all, let me touch few key topics that what are the reasons that investment is continuously coming to India. First, proximity to market. We all know that India is a big market. A lot of consumers are based in India, and because of that, manufacturing companies think that yes, this is the place where exactly we have to go. Demography is also helping us here. You touched the topic of the demography, and we have the young and skilled people available. This is also the second advantage for India. This is how the investment is coming. The young skilled people available who can run their businesses in India, and that is what it is attracting to the other companies outside India. Apart from that, cost competitiveness is still, if we compare ourselves from the West, either Europe or the USA, we are still cost competitive. And that is why everybody is coming to India to, for the cost competitiveness also. Government is supporting a lot, where infrastructure is improving, and government is providing a lot of subsidies also. And because of all these things, a lot of investment is coming to India. But, we have to understand that what does it mean? It is not that some company is coming to India and putting an establishment, putting a lot of money, starting the manufacturing. This is not limited up to that part actually. The complete ecosystem is getting changed once any company is coming to India. The ecosystem is basically, if a manufacturing unit is coming, they require the raw material and the components, and localization is naturally a first target. And once it is a localization, then yes, they will find the supplier in India who will provide the raw material and components to them. That supplier will also hire the people, as well as when material movement will take place, then supplier place to the manufacturing unit, the transportation is required, some warehousing is required. And once the establishment which is started in India will produce the finished good, and this finished good will also go to the end customer in India, or to export also. Again, the transportation, the warehousing, everything is required. Pooja, you touched the topic the space is, or the land is not available. Exactly this is happening in India, that the A-grade warehouses requirement is there, and availability is not there. So that is how we are in this situation. And the warehouses, the transportation is required. So whenever new investment is coming in India, the complete ecosystem is changing. And that is how it is happening in India. Let me give you one example over here is, we are sitting in Pune, and 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬 is an area where how the one organization has changed the complete ecosystem of the 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬 in last 2 years. The OEM Hyundai India came here, they have established the plant, and all the supplier base are now establishing their factories in 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬. They required the warehouses in 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬. They required manufacturing plant in 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬. And that is how the complete 𝐀𝐔𝐬𝐬 right now, the demand supply is disturbed completely. Now demand is more, supply is less, and everybody is looking towards the both the sides, people are sitting on us. So, this is how the complete ecosystem is changing, and this is how the employment is getting generated in particular region, and how the economy of the country is now developing. So all in all, whenever new investment is coming to India, it is not only about the cost competitiveness or bring the agility in the supply chain over here, but at the same time, we have to see in the broader perspective where it is, how it is important for the economy of India and how it is changing the ecosystem of India. Thank you, Neeraj.
Thank you. I think fantastic perspective to hear from somebody who's manufacturing in India consistently. Two things I'll pick up. One thing which you brought really is the cost competitiveness. Because no matter what you do to deploy capital here, eventually what remains important is that if you really want to survive in India, you have to have those efficiencies, which means you have to remain cost competitive. Having said that, while we have heard about infrastructure, we've understood manufacturing, and since we are talking about being efficient, cost competitive, my next question is to Snehil. Snehil, you come from an organization which has long had a reputation of creating compelling infrastructure, especially in Talegaon and Chakan region of Pune, and then you have then graduated further into providing supply chain services. Understanding the needs of today and looking at the kind of infrastructure development that is happening and what the manufacturing and logistics side need, as a service provider, how are you integrating automation, efficiency, sustainability, and then some bit of it through real estate, and bringing out those solutions which can then remain cost competitive on ground?
Hi, good morning. Hello. Yeah. So, as rightly said by Pooja as well as Om, that land is very scarce, and in terms of A-grade facilities are not available. Now, when we want to integrate this entire thing about manufacturing as well as to supply to market or traders, now we need to have these facilities as well as we need to use a lot of space. Cubic feet space is not being utilized. So we need to go high-rise racks, which we need to use. Then we need to have narrow aisle machines, where we can use lot of space and reduce the total space required. So, and lot of automation, which still we are far away from there, which is yet to come. Slowly, gradually, we are going there. But then complete integration of warehouse management system, transport management system, and the ERP which manufacturers are using.